Okay. Okay, I think we're live. Oh, you guys, I'm going to have that sun to deal with in a second here. But, okay, there we go. That's okay. I don't mind the sunshine. I'm not going to have my face in the camera very long. I'll sit back for a second. If you're just joining me for the first time today, you will see this giant mess behind me. But it's not a mess. It's organized. I have laid out here things that I need for the cards that I'm going to make today. And so I'm calling it my Valentine card making marathon, or something like that. And I'm just going to flip the camera around and we'll get started on card number 2 of the day. Alrighty. Oh, I hope I have everything that I need. Alright, flipping down so we can get that sunshine off my face. And flip it around. Center myself a little bit. There we go. Alright, so for this card I am using the same stamp set that I used on the first card, Perfect Pairs. I'm also using the mini alphabet dies. So they look like this. Typically when you cut these dies, you want to use the adhesive sheets. So I've already pre-cut my letters. You can see them right here. Let's see, what could we spell here? Where or where. I'll keep you guessing on what we are spelling. Alright, I'm using thick cardstock. Hi Jane and Sue and Kathy, thanks for joining me. We're making Valentines. Okay, this card base is white, and so I want to use my thick cardstock. I also had pre-cut this heart for another card, but I want this heart, let me get everything out of the way here, to fit in on a rectangle that isn't necessarily the traditional size of 4 by 5 1/4. So I brought out my stack of sample pieces. Fun fact, if you join my team, you get a set like this. So I use these to decide the dimensions of the piece that I want to use. 4 7/8 by 5, and I think I want, let's see, what size do I want? I think I want this one. Yeah. Oh, which one do I want? Do I want it? Alright, I'm going to use this one. So now I know that I need to cut my next layer 5 by 3 1/4. And I don't have to guess what the measurements are going to be. I can kind of, I can visually see what size it's going to be. So 3 3/4. This is Christmas paper left from my pack from the Snowy Scenes, and I don't know if it's available or not yet. I'm not sure if that one has gone, but it's definitely retiring. Alright, so that is the piece that I want on there. It could have been a little bit smaller, but we're going with it. Alright, and now I've got this heart, and I pre-stamped the salt and pepper, and now I'm just going to quickly fussy cut. This set doesn't come with dies, but all of the images are pretty straightforward. So I like to leave a border. Not everybody does. And these I know I could have put on my Brother cut and scan machine, but I only need two. So by the time I walk over there, get it set up, scan it, cut it, I can be done. I don't mind fussy cutting. If you saw my last card, you'll know that I fussy cut a whole number of a whole big number of puzzle pieces. All right, I'm also going to bring in my Poppy Parade ink pad, and I'm going to just sponge the edges of this heart. It will make it pop just a little bit on my page, and I am going to have to step away just for a second and turn my heat down. I came down this morning and it was really cold down in the basement, and I turned it up and now I am getting warm. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Let's get that on there, that on there, and then I'm going to cut, or I'm going to shuffle through my scraps here. I just need a strip. Let's see, do I have one that's long enough? I may have to cut a strip. That's crazy. Let's see. None of these are long enough. Oh, goodness, Chris. That one will work right there. Okay. And this one is going to say, I also could be using Petal Pink, but I think I'm going to use the Poppy Parade. It's one of my favorite colors. Alright, perfect pair. I purposefully do not mount my stamps straight. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed that. I don't want to rely on the edge of my block to get me straight. To stamp straight. I want to use my eye and the edges of the paper. So I purposefully do not put them on the block straight. It's a whole different style than most people. All right, we're ready to assemble. Oh, this is my piece of paper where I cut the A out of. So this is the adhesive sheet on the back, and then there's the Poppy Parade on the front, and then you just peel off this layer of wax and there will be glue exposed underneath. All right, I am feeling like I wanted to make this one scotch smaller, so I should have gone with my gut. I want to go with 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. So 3 5/8. And I think I'm going to cut off that side because it's a little bit more, has a little less detail on it. I know that 1/8 of an inch might not mean a lot to most of you, but I've decided that I also want to put a border behind this. And so, let's see. Do I want to put, I think because it's a Valentine, we're going to go with the Poppy Parade color. Okay, so now The next layer will be 5 by 3 1/4. Does it make you nervous that I have stuff everywhere? Sorry. It's the way I roll. 3 3/4, 5. Nope, I need to go 5 this way. 5 by 3 3/4. All right. Oh, boom, sorry. So, this comes in handy when you want to know exactly what size to cut your layers. Yes, love it. All right, bringing in my liquid adhesive. I am a green glue, team green glue girl. How about you guys? Do you like a tape runner, or are you a green glue, team green glue? Let me know in the comments what you typically use. The green glue definitely takes a little bit of a learning curve, but you don't need much. The biggest mistake that card makers make is using too much glue. And it just takes practice, practice, practice. And you need to use the glue consistently. Alright. One thing I don't love about this paper is that it's got that wonky curve to it. But that is the way it was designed. I'm also using up True Confessions. I'm using up these scraps of dimensionals because I left all of my dimensionals at the Oasis. So I have hardly any. So I'm going to use these corners. Since this is kind of a big heart. But I'm popping this up. Do you have a pick tool? You must have a pick tool, people. Greta is team green glue. Yay. I'm not the only one. Okay, let's figure out how this is all going on here now. So, I want a heart. I want like a banner. And I'm putting my salt and pepper down here. And have you figured out what this is going to say now? I might have to go off the... We are a perfect pair. We are a perfect pair. Yeah? What do you think? I know that these are going to need some dimensionals. I'm just going to put on the bottom of the salt and the bottom of the pepper. Alright, I have to decide how I want to do the We Are A. I feel like I want it to be like this. Ooh, goodness, you guys. Alright, well, like I said, these have dimension or adhesive sheet on the back, so I'm just going to go for it here. We, again, gotta have your pick tool for the adhesive sheets on the little letters. Less is more when it comes to green glue. Start in the middle to the edges, then it doesn't ooze out. Oh, okay. Pick tool, green glue, but I'm not very good at using it. I end up using tape runners most of the time. Yep. Jane, it takes practice. Alright, I'm just going to go kind of wonky. This card can be for your BFF, can be for your spouse, be for a coworker. It doesn't have to just be for your husband. Like boss and secretary would be a good connection. I don't know, for some of you, you might want to give this card to your UPS driver, your Amazon delivery people, because they see you all the time. For some reason, I want this to be like a banner. Okay, let's just cut the ends. I'm not going to cut off too much. So I cut to the middle, and then I go from corner to middle and corner to middle. That's the easiest way I have found to make your ends even or symmetrical. Now that doesn't mean that the right side and the left side are always going to be exactly the same, but this is a handmade card. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm gluing this down just in the center. I may have to slip a dimensional under there. I will decide here in a second. And oh, so cute. So cute. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top. Yep, I'm going to end up putting a little bit of dimensional underneath, right underneath these flaps, even though I am very, very limited. Those are gone on how many I have today because I left them at the church, which is crazy. I know that doesn't even make any sense to most of you, but my surplus stash happens to be at the church right now because I have a retreat coming up, and I thought it was one less thing that I would have to haul when it comes time for packing for the retreat. But then in addition to taking all of my surplus, I left my own supply there. So the church is literally 1 block away, and so once I'm done making this card, or maybe once these are gone, I will have to take a little jaunt to the church. We are a perfect pair, like salt and pepper, right? And then on the inside, I am just going to put the stock Happy Valentine's Day. I'm using Poppy Parade, my favorite shade of red. It's kind of an orangey red. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going to close that up. And since there's some petal pink in this card, I'm also going to bring in a little bit of petal pink on this tiny little heart. Hi, Chris. Chris, I believe you are headed to Florida again soon, right? Oh, and I just had another thought of what to add to the inside. I've got this scrap here, and I'm going to cut a thin strip. Let's do this side. And let's just, this got a little rough. So I've got this sanding block I like to bring in sometimes. Flying on Sunday. Oh, Chris, I hope that the sunshine and warm weather is abundant once you get there. Thank you. This card was actually inspired by one that I saw online, of course. Most of my ideas are a little bit of a mix of other people's cards. So, there you have it. We are a perfect pair. Happy Valentine's Day. And what do I always have to do at the end? Make sure that I sign my artwork like an artist. So I happen to have a stamp that says Create with Chris. Nope, Made for You by Chris. But anything. My sister just puts her initials, and she actually puts the year on the back of her cards. So hers would say TLK 2025. There you have it. Now I might even jazz up the envelope once I get to that stage of the game. So, card number 2 for the Valentine card marathon today. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. It supposedly brings my videos to the top. I don't know if that works or not. Look at that sunshine, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. All right, so thanks for joining me. I will be back shortly, and we'll go ahead with card number 3 for Valentine card Marathon Day. Whatever you're doing, make it a great day.